Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to show you how I made this surprise pop-up card. This is for a birthday, and you just pull this tab and the little window opens up. It says happy birthday to you, and then celebrate, and then this little present pops up. Kind of cool. I'll show you how I'm going to make one of these. My son's birthday's coming up, so I'm going to make one for him. First, you need to start out with 2 pieces of cardstock. They can match, but I made mine just like this one. I made mine 2 different colors. In fact, I added 3 different colors totally. The front of the cardstock is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and the same with the back of the cardstock, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then you have a tag, and the tag measures 3 by 4 1/4. So I decorated the front of my cardstock using Flying High. And then you take your cutter and you put your cardstock in vertically at 3 1/2, and then you're going to cut from 3/4. There's these marks on the side, so you put your cutter at 3/4 inch, put it down, and you're going to cut all the way to 4 3/4. And you can see these little marks on the side. And then you turn it completely around and you do the same thing on the other side. Put it in at 3 1/2, go up to 3/4, put the blade down, and then pull and cut all the way to 4 3/4. And then you're going to want to make sure that you get to the bottom of your front of your card, which the bottom would be down here because it's going so it can be read correctly. And then you cut and score these, or you cut these 2 lines to meet. And that should be at 4 3/4. But you also can just eyeball it too. So then you put your blade in, and you cut, and the 2 lines meet. And then your card's going to have a little window that comes up. And then the next thing you're going to do is score. So you're going to put your scoring blade in. You can use a bone folder if you want, but I'm going to use my scoring blade. And then you start from the bottom, so you put the side that you cut in first, and you score at 1 1/4. And you're just going to score between these 2 cut lines where the flap is. And you can see where that is when you're cutting. Or I should say when you're scoring. And then you open it up and you put it up to 3, and you score again. And then the last score line is going to be at 4 3/4. And that's going to be there at the top of that section. And then you flip the bottom one, little one, up, flip the next one down, and then you flip the last one up. So it looks like a little mountain, and then it has this little edge here on the end. And then you take the back of your cardstock and you match these 2 up and take like a 1-inch punch. That seemed to work the best for me. And once you line these up, you take your punch and you put it in the middle as close as you can, kind of eyeball it, and then you punch about 1/4 of the way in, not quite half, so you have a little tap that you're going to punch out. And then you put your back to the side again, and then you're going to take some red tape, some of this red sticky tape. There we go. And you're going to put it at the bottom of that little flap here that was bent in. Put some sticky tape down there because you're going to attach your tag to that. There we go. And then your tag is slightly bigger, if you can see, than your flap here, but that's the way that you want it to be. So then you take the back of your sticky tape off And you're going to line your tag up flush with the bottom of that and in the middle of that tab. And this is probably one of the hardest parts, just because you don't want to go below. And once you have that flush, kind of work it in there. There we go. Press down. You can see how that's going to work. Just going to pull it up. And then you use your glue gun or your glue, your Tombow or your adhesive, whatever you like to use, and you tape on 3 sides, the bottom and the 2 sides, and then you put your card together. Line everything up. And see, when you're going to pull it, it's going to work. And then you do the stamping. So I'm just going to pull the tab up, and I'm going to stamp Happy in White Daisy ink on the black so it shows up. And you don't want to stamp it too high, so I kind of stamp it in the middle. And he is going to be 4 this year, so I'm going to stamp the other. I'm going to stamp a 4 from Rustic Numbers. I'm going to stamp that towards the top. There we go. And I want to put 4th, but I don't have a stamp set right now that has the TH, so I'm just going to take birthday and I'm going to ink up the T and the H that happen to be right next to each other in birthday. Kind of works out well. I'm going to ink that up with my black marker. And I'm going to stamp that next to the 4th, for the 4 to make it say 4th. You can see that. And then I'm going to take my birthday stamp that I just used the TH on, and I'm going to put 4th birthday. Cool. It worked out well. And then the next thing you're going to do, and the last thing that you need to do, is put a little ribbon on here. I'm going to use cranberry, and then I'm just going to use my stapler so they will be able to have a little pull in order to pull the tab. So just cross that over, staple that down. I'm just using silver staples. Put mine a little bit further in, but that's okay. I tucked it down in there. And then one last thing I'm going to do is put an image on the front. And I did a car because my son just loves cars. That is still from that Flying High stamp set. And notice I just put glue tape on the bottom half, and that's because you're going to put that. It's going to go in the middle of this score line. As you notice, it pulls up. Your image is going to go over that, but you don't want to put glue so it won't work. So you just kind of put it halfway. And so there's his car. Vroom, big boy, happy 4th birthday. I hope that you can see that. And then it just pushes right back down. Pretty easy. Now it's your turn. Thanks for watching. Happy stamping. Bye-bye.
To say that you belong and you're the hero in the portrait of the picture that I hold. It's your birthday and I'm calling just to say that you belong and you're the hero.